Girl, look at that body, girl, look at that body, girl, look at that body, I work out. It's never actually been less important to have killer abs and bulging muscles in WWE. That may seem like a sweeping statement, but consider all the different shapes and sizes the company have hired in modern times. Although it can pay to have a seriously good body, it's more true that wrestlers need more than just huge biceps or massive deltoids to cut it with fans these days. Just look at Kevin Owens. Eat them pies, son. Eat them pies and wrestle your heart out. We love you. I'm Ben from What Culture. This list makes me rather uncomfortable, and here are 10 WWE stars who are ripped to shreds right now. Number 10, Fandango. Fandango has always been in good shape. Clearly a body guy, the dancing heel turned goofy babyface has been through some tough times in WWE that would have made slacking in the gym rather understandable. Complete with his defined abs and bulging chest, Fandango looks like he's come straight from a striptease performance by the Chippendales, especially in his new police uniform. Through all the hard times, Fandango has impressively maintained his physique and is fully deserving of the success coming his way in Breezango. One gets the feeling he'd be in terrific shape even if he wasn't a pro wrestler. Number 9. Becky Lynch. It's only when undergoing scientific research on Becky Lynch's Instagram account that you realise just how hard she's been working in the gym. On television, Becky covers up in a steampunk vest thing, so it's often easy to forget that she's in phenomenal shape. Just check out how flat that stomach is. There are abs under there, no doubt about that. In terms of arms, Becky isn't exactly lacking either. I know Jack the Jobber loves her arms. Her shoulders and delts are some of the biggest on the entire female roster, and her triceps are well defined. God, this is weird. I feel weird. A few years ago, WWE released a gallery of Lynch working out in the gym. Her body has thickened since then, but in a good way. It can't be easy for Becky to put on muscle, and that only makes her stunning definition more striking. Number 8. Neville. Yeah, Beardy Nev! It's amazing he can fly with the grace he does because the Newcastle native has packed some serious meat onto a relatively small frame. Lord knows how he pulled off moves like the Red Arrow looking like that. There isn't an area of Neville's body that could do with some work. Not only does he have big arms for a cruiserweight, his deltoids are also a key part of making him look bigger on screen. In addition, those abdominals are some of the finest work you're likely to see in all of WWE. Now, as the focal point of the WWE Cruiserweight division, he's able to showcase one of the absolute best bodies in the wrestling world. Number 7. Jason Jordan. Right now, American Alpha are sadly going nowhere on SmackDown after a promising start, and it's only a matter of time before WWE officials split Jordan from Chad Gable and run with him solo. Quickly glance at Alpha, and Jordan is the one who catches your eye first. For a big guy, he isn't carrying much body fat, and that shouldn't be mistaken for an insult. It just looks like Jordan could easily put on weight if he wanted to. He deserves a lot of credit then for being both cut and jacked in the right places. Jordan looks like a WWE star, and that will stand him in good stead when he does break off on his own. Number 6. Zack Ryder. If hard work was the sole factor governing success, then Zack Ryder should be the sovereign ruler of every nation on Earth. As it is, he's more of a bit part player in WWE, one who has recently returned to reform his Hype Bros tag team, God, that's a bad name, with Mojo Rawley. Even when benched with a knee injury that had him kept out since last December, Zack had quite obviously been hitting the bro gym, or whatever it is that he calls it. During his comeback match on the Money in the Bank kickoff show, he looked to be in tremendous shape. Ryder is in actually the best shape of his career to date, and that's amazing considering the severity of his knee injury just 7 months ago. Number 5. Finn Balor. There's no avoiding the fact that Balor is barely bigger than many of the cruiserweights. He's smaller than Neville, for example, and yet he has one of the most natural-looking bodies in wrestling. Big arms aren't what Finn is all about. Much more of an ab guy. He's worked relentlessly to build a stomach worth showing off. His abdominals are stunningly well crafted. Right, I mean, you know Miller's an actual bodybuilder, right? Wouldn't he have been better suited for this voice? No? Alright, okay. Next time you watch a Finn Balor match, pay attention as he poses on the corner turnbuckles. When the lights hit his stomach, each individual muscle and ridge can be seen. That's the best way to understand why Balor is included here. Number 4. The Big Show. Whoa! Yeah, I know, right? A few short years ago, Big Show wouldn't have been anywhere near an article looking at the most ripped members of the WWE locker room, but these are changed days. Recent gym pictures posted by Show himself on Twitter and Instagram show how hard work can pay off and completely change someone's appearance. For the first time since the mid-1990s, Big Show has a stomach he can proudly show off. If only he'd shown such determination and graft during his prime. Just imagine what he could have achieved had he looked like a human brick wall rather than a giant pudding. Show's transformation is fairly monumental considering how he looked previously, and he deserves to be here. Number 3. Triple H. Surprise, surprise. Those who follow Triple H on social media will know all about his midnight workout sessions that normally occur after WWE events. When most of us are sleeping, the 47-year-old is in the gym slogging away and bettering himself, and that can only be admired and feared a little bit, especially when taking into account the fact that Triple H barely wrestles these days. Commonly seen wearing a suit on programming, it would be easy for him to ease up on the workouts and slide into middle age, but that apparently is not the way Triple H sees things, because he continues to have one of the best WWE physiques ever. Number 2. Jinder Mahal. I mean, what the f*** happened here, right? In less than 1 full year, Jinder's gone from a jobber on Raw to WWE champion on SmackDown, partly due to an intense physical transformation, and that body has to be at least partly responsible for the push. That's not to say Mahal doesn't deserve his success. In interviews, Jinder has been very candid about how he used to drink daily, slack on workouts, and considered life away from the wrestling business as recently as 2014. Coming back from that personal depression cannot have been easy, but Mahal roared back, got himself in shape, and lived his dreams. Just take a gander at the definition on his body now. From shoulders and arms to stomach and legs, Mahal is quite the specimen, and a human being that we mustn't objectify, although this voiceover is sort of doing that anyway. Next, number 1, SHEAMUS. Watch your back, Jinder, because SHEAMUS is coming for your crown. For proof, just look at recent posts on the Irishman's Instagram account. It seems he's happy tagging with Cesaro and maybe even working out with the Swiss Superman on the side too, because SHEAMUS is in the shape of his life right now. Seriously, there may be nobody with such a contrast between big arms and slim waist like him in wrestling at the moment. SHEAMUS, just like Mahal, had a softer frame a few years ago. He was never out of shape, obviously, but he was nowhere near the condition he is today. Those are pythons Hulk Hogan would be proud of, and that stomach conjures up images of Rick Rude in his prime. And that's our list. Make sure you subscribe to the What Culture Wrestling YouTube channel for more lists like this, and don't forget to visit whatculture.com for daily news and articles. I'm Ben from What Culture, and I'm going to wash my hands.